With the three determinations of perception image, action image and affection image, Deleuze explains how one cinematographic image, an immanent singularity, a life, which is nothing other than this minute subjective interval, is carved out, expands and unfolds in the acentered plane of immanence. With this, we bear witness to the cinematographic genesis of the subject. This subject, a fold between images, befits the human or living image as much as an artificial one, a percept of a camera. The operations that select and frame at the level of living matter perform an active and subjective collecting, not always in the same way, but with the same capacity for framing. The artificial perceptions of our instruments of capture frame, like the biological eye situated at the level of matter itself. Deleuze also follows the lessons of Bergson and Spinoza in this instance. Consciousness is modal. There is no reason to privilege the human eye as if it were a spiritual seed-piercing matter with its psychic ray. The eye is composed of the same substance as the rest of the universe, and the human, a material mode among others, is distinguished neither by its strangeness, its extramaterralescence, nor by its divine purity. In this universe, there is no predominance of spirit over matter, of man over animal, or of the living over the inert. Subjective images are technological, biological or human, and do not include any differences of essence, only differences of modes, bodies or organizations of parts. But whether we are dealing with a technological image or a living image, the eye of the camera or death of the living human operating the cut unfolds, in a sensorial manner, a sensitive arc among the images that constitute the rest of the world. In all of these cases, the difference between subjective images and the non-sensory images has to do with framing. In the case of subjective image, all of the other images are referred to the center of reference. In the case of inert matter, this framing does not take place because no center is proposed as an instance of cutting and selection. The only real difference between images hinges upon the operation of framing by which certain images are selected amidst other images by subjective perception. The subject is indeed a center of reference, but the center is the center of indetermination, one that is provisional and fluctuating and in no way a transcendent nucleus. Thus the table of categories turns out to be a table of montage, because thought enacts its corporeal situation. This allows us to define subjectivity in a perfectly immanent way. Philosophy derived this definition, one that radically transforms thought, from cinema,